I'm imprisoned in the darkness of the castle. All around me is profound silence, when suddenly I hear a whisper near my ear. The scent of your blood has drawn me here. Your blood will mark the beginning of my new life. I turned swiftly, and there it was, a shadowy figure with eyes glowing blood red, moving toward me. Who is it? A human? My death? Or something more terrifying than death itself? Dear listeners, today I'll tell you the story of the immortal classic Dracula, written by Bram Stoker and published in 1897. The story starts with the adventurous journey of young lawyer Jonathan Harker, who travels to the remote Carpathian Mountains in Transylvania for business, headed towards Count Dracula's castle. Upon arriving in a small village, Jonathan notices something strange. The villagers grow fearful at the mere mention of Dracula's name. Some villagers cross themselves, others warn him of evil spirits. An elderly woman anxiously pleads, "God help you, sir. Do not travel tonight. Tonight all evil forces will awaken." But Jonathan ignores these warnings. When Jonathan reaches Dracula's castle, initially he is welcomed warmly by the Count, but he quickly realizes he is not a guest, but a prisoner. One dark night, while Jonathan sits alone in the silent darkness of the castle, he suddenly hears a whispery voice. "The scent of your blood has drawn me here. Your blood will mark the beginning of my new life." Immediately, a shadowy figure emerges, its eyes glowing sinisterly red. Jonathan's blood turns icy with terror as he realizes that this being is no human, but a bloodthirsty monster. Inside the castle, Jonathan confronts Count Dracula, who reveals his sinister plan with a chilling smile. "For centuries I've existed in this dark fortress. There's nothing left for me here. But your city, London, it teems with life, with people, vitality and modernity. What a marvelous hunting ground it will be for me. People who disappear into the darkness will never be found." A shiver of terror runs down Jonathan's spine as he grasps Dracula's true intention: to feed on countless victims in London, transforming humans into vampires like himself, and establishing a dark empire. Jonathan clearly sees that Dracula's target is not just one person, but the whole of humanity. Jonathan grows desperate to escape. One night, he sees Dracula crawling down the castle wall like a beast. Panicked, Jonathan realizes his time is running out. Jonathan narrowly escapes with his life and returns to England, only to discover Dracula has already arrived in London, beginning his deadly rampage. Jonathan's beloved Mina and her close friend Lucy become Dracula's victims. Lucy's health quickly deteriorates. One night, Professor Van Helsing notices strange marks on her neck and says gravely, "This is no human's doing. Lucy is no longer human." Lucy dies, only to rise again as a vampire. Her friends, though heartbroken, are forced to free her soul from eternal torment. Professor Van Helsing solemnly tells everyone, "Dracula does not merely kill humans, he turns them into monsters. If we fail to stop him, gradually the whole world will become vampires like him. Humanity itself will vanish. There is no way to save civilization except by destroying Dracula." Understanding their mission, they unite in their struggle against Dracula to protect humanity. Blocked in his London schemes, Dracula decides to return to his castle in Transylvania, the only place he can regain full strength. Jonathan, Van Helsing, Dr. Seward, and Quincy Morris recognize this as their last chance. They journey through rugged mountains, dense forests, and packs of terrifying wolves. Just before sunset, they reach the castle. Dracula, a vampire, is vulnerable and inactive during daylight, lying asleep in his coffin. But just as they prepare to strike, Dracula's eyes snap open, casting a terrifying gaze upon them. Van Helsing and Jonathan rush forward, armed with sharp wooden stakes. In one last defiant cry, Dracula shouts, "You may destroy me, but humanity's darkness will never end." With an agonizing scream, Dracula's body slowly crumbles into dust, dissolving into ashes. The world is finally freed from its nightmare. Dear listeners, you have just heard the summarized story of Bram Stoker's immortal novel, Dracula. I hope you enjoyed it. For more thrilling story summaries like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow us.